Howdy. We are in England once again, and I took a screenshot of that in case it would disappear, but it didn't. I didn't have time yesterday to make a video about this. Obviously, we have once again an unconfirmed quake in England. Once again it is 3.8 in magnitude. 275 user reports. Now let's check them out quickly, or at least some of them. Now let's try again. Everything shook, felt in house and garden. Noise and shaking. Very loud bang and then a vibration. We live on a canal and the motion was felt by us and seen by chap opposite. Whatever that means. Loud bang and shake, then was over. I was sat on work and it scared me to death. Loud bang, difficult to describe. Windows shaking, then a bang. Loud boom, followed by shaking. Loud noise on upper floor. Massive bang and then a shudder of my house. Heard noise from a front door shake, no wind that caused this. Heard neighbors sound shocked. I thought a bomb had gone off. Thought a truck hit something outside. Loud rumble bang, loud noise. Boom, loud noise, very loud bang and vibration. So, people heard something. It could be that there's some fighter plane flying somewhere. But it could be also something else. Now let's just sketchily zoom in a little bit. Medieval castle mound. Alright, so we probably have to go quickly over to Google Earth in order to figure that out. These are the coordinates, so now let's go. Medieval castle mound. Somewhere in the vicinity of that quake. All Saints Church. Maybe it always goes to this exploration. Yeah, here it is. Whoa. It's quite red. So we might have to assume that there is some iron in the ground where they were digging out those stones, or the ground from which the material from which the bricks are made. But there isn't anything like that at the actual site. I don't see any houses. So we probably have to put also the pictures on, if there's any. There is one. No, three. Yeah. This looks totally different than we just looked at before. There is no castle whatsoever here. Castle mound. Yeah, they have water. Anyone? Yeah, I don't know what's that. But I think this is an actual picture, because here we see the mound and here we see the water. And it has this kind of turquoise color. Which could indicate that there is some calcium in the water. But back to the quake location, because yesterday when I zoomed into that, I noticed something somewhere. Where is it? And the funny thing was that I have been thinking about making a video with where I would feature someone else's work, which is very important. Foxton. Yeah, yesterday it just stuck out like a sore thumb. Now it's not visible. I don't see it anywhere. It was something like Yelvertoft or something. How is it possible that it's not visible anymore? It was rather close to the quake location. Yelvertoft. Clifton. Yelvertoft. Yeah, like I said, it's rather close to the quake location. So, I have been talking about clay. I have been talking about mountain water. I have been talking about peat. And there is a whole lot of peat also in England. Maybe not as much as in Finland. Or maybe there has been, but since everything is now fields, it's rather hard to spot. And I have been talking about that, or probably, I don't know how much, but I think peat or peatlands, which includes the peat itself and the location where it's on, which also, of course, includes the water. Because peatlands are usually wetlands, there's a whole lot of water in that. And the thing about certain patterns which emerge in peatlands. Now let's try something. Let's go over here. Because here we have a whole lot of peat which is untouched. Yeah, today it's really hard to zoom in anyway. Anyway, here we have peatlands. And I'm searching for a particular pattern which sometimes is visible like very easily, sometimes not. Yeah, here for example we have it. It's not the best example, I know. But you can see these lines, I guess. They are like in somewhat, in this case, in a somewhat circular pattern. And they are all over the place. And I think they are related to things which are in the ground, let's say the bedrock or something like that. Because very often we also find mining operations in peatlands. Let's see if there's any here. I have no idea where we are, somewhere in Russia. And besides gas, they are mining all kinds of other things there as well. And very often, the mining places or the locations where they are... What's this red thing? Now it disappeared. Yeah. That's a fascinating structure. Yeah, the mining operations are like, let's say, where they are scrapping off... I bet that's a monastery. Yeah. There's some sacred geometry to the stuff here. You probably have noticed. Anyway, I think these patterns in peat lands are created electrically. I don't find now any good example for mining operation or for what I was talking about, that the places where they are scraping off the surface are very often rather white, which might indicate that there is limestone, which is alkaline by nature. But peat, on the other hand, is acidic. Or let's say peat itself is a little bit more acidic. So there is this kind of potential between those. And let me show you a video from Billy Yelverton. Now probably you understand why I was searching for this other place called Yelvertoft, which was somewhere here. Yelvertoft. Now let's check out Yelverton. And I will put a link below to this videos, and there's a... Is it Electric Universe Eyes or whatever the channel is, because he doesn't have the videos anymore on YouTube. But there is a compilation of videos. And from this video I took some pictures for my PEAT paper. Like, I screenshotted parts of the video. Now let's have a look and listen.
Okay, I just want to take a look at this setup and see just how sensitive it is and how little electricity it takes to actually create this reaction. I have a 12-volt DC deep cycle battery, and it's connected to this pulse modulator and an amp meter, which is set to measure amps or amperage. And so what I'll do is I'll try to get this in one shot. You can see it. What you'll see is it only takes us about, we're at a quarter of an amp right there. And as you can see, that 12 volts at a quarter of an amp does produce a rotation. This is quite a bit of iron oxide off this rod. This experiment's run for several minutes, and it begins to oxidize that rod really quickly. It's great to have the iron oxide in the water to show us the movement. And once what happens is I turn this up, we can get this to about a few amps here, 2 or 3. And once the reaction, and we'll speed this up. The rotations also speed up. Again, we'll turn it up some more.
So now, if you look at this pattern here, I don't know if you can see it, but there is this kind of similar appearance to certain wetlands, peatlands, bogs, moors, or however you want to call it, where we have a similar pattern emerging. And I think these patterns are created electrically because there is a charge differential within the bedrock, and there is water. And peatlands are usually very red because there is iron oxide, Fe3, which is the same iron what humans need or we have in our blood. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that yet another unconfirmed earthquake near Yelvertoft, which brought us back to peat and electricity. Anyway, thanks. Bye.